What's up, guys, and welcome to the Dr. Pepper pregame show. My name's Chris Puckett.
I'm Fwiz.
That's right, Ryan Wyatt, a.k.a. the Fwiz Master up here.
Yes.
And we got an awesome tournament for us this weekend.
Yeah, amazing tournament. We got a new Call of Duty title up here. We're back in our hometown, Columbus, Ohio, so life's good, man.
Good to see old friends back here in the venue, and we got a packed house as well.
Yes, so 96 teams. They're in the open bracket. Sold out in what, like
3 days?
Yeah, 3 days. Yeah,
something
like crazy.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
So
crazy. So it's a packed house.
96 teams in that open bracket, all fighting for 4 spots remaining in that
There it
championship
is.
bracket.
Man, the green wall's already out, huh? Full force.
Yeah, how many of you guys came out here to watch Optic this weekend?
Yeah. Oh, all right. There it is. There's a couple.
All right. Well, there's a lot of other teams to keep an eye on, especially in that open bracket. We got some legends competing. Ogre 2, the winningest player of all time. He has over 20 tournament wins in the Halo franchise.
So crazy.
He's playing in the open bracket tonight with Believe the Hype. They're going to be going for their first Call of Duty championship.
I love that. He's the most winning player in MLG's history, right? As far as championships.
He's won the most championships out of any player in any game.
Goodness, man.
So great to have him back in his hometown. We got a bunch of Halo teams now switching over to Call of Duty. We got legends like Censor, the 2011 national champion, playing an open bracket, and then you got teams like Vanquish. You're thinking Vanquish? Well, that's definitely a championship bracket team. No,
I know.
They got to fight through the open.
They got to grind through open. I mean, that team's certainly capable of doing that. We're gonna have our eyes on those guys, no doubt about it.
It's gonna be a fantastic open bracket, and because it is so stacked, we have opened up a second stream. So if you guys haven't already done this, use the pop-out function at home.
There it is.
Pop out your video for your main stage. Pop out your video player for the open bracket. We got Golden Boy, Benson, Revan, you, me. We're going to have all kinds of pros casting as well.
That's always fun, too, because the fact of the matter is they bring a level of intelligence to the game that's second to none. So I think it's really fun as a spectator when you get to hear some of these guys talk about thought processes on a whole deeper level. So I'm actually excited to see them come in and
learn a lot, especially in these first 3 weeks. Well, that's all happening in the open bracket, but we should talk about what's going down in the $50,000 championship bracket. Now, in the past, it used to just be one thing, 16 teams starting out in winners. Now, 16 teams still start out in the winner's bracket, but the bracket has been broken up into 2 parts, the top bracket and the bottom bracket.
Right.
Still double elimination.
Yeah, there's still a loser's bracket, and but there's 2 different brackets now.
Absolutely, and the reason for that, no extended series. Now the top bracket winner will play the lower bracket winner in the grand finals to decide who walks out of that 20K.
I like that. That was really cool for MLG to listen to the community and do that and implement that, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
It's going to be good. Well, speaking of championship bracket, let's go ahead and show you the top half first. Here we go. In the top, you're going to see Complexity. They'll face off against the number 4 team that comes out of Open. In the middle, FaZe will face off against the Europeans. TCM Gaming looking to take home the trophy back to the UK. Envy faces off against Curse New York, arguably the best match in the top half of the bracket, going down tonight at the end of the show. And then Optic Gaming will play the number 1 seed. So if Vanquish goes untouched, that's who Optic's playing.
And look, guys, like if Envy beats Curse New York, that's a tough match. But if Envy's able to do it and Optic can beat the Open team that comes in there, you have an Envious versus Optic Gaming match. They're like brother teams, with Hex and Astro. So I would love to watch that matchup.
That is going to be absolutely amazing. That would be a fan favorite showdown on our main stage. But Fwiz, there's some serious contenders in that top half of the bracket, and the first thing we got to talk about is Complexity.
Yeah, Complexity. I mean, look, they've won like 6 out of their last 7 championships. I mean, something ridiculous. They came in second at PAX during the MLG event. This team is riding the same momentum they've had. You got Clayster right there. These guys have just been crushing it. They have so many pro points that they could literally drop a player and still be the number 1 seed. So, I mean, you got to watch out for the squad. Again, carrying their momentum from Black Ops 2 into Ghost.
Number 1 team online and LAN at the moment. Complexity is the team to beat, but the team that probably has the most fans in the venue is going to be the Green Wall, Optic Gaming. These guys have over 1 million subscribers on their YouTube, Twitter blowing up like crazy, over 1 million followers on there.
They're massive. And Optic Gaming, look, they just pick up J-Cap, they drop Merc. There's a lot going on around that.
That's a sexy Hex.
Look at that. Sorry. Hex is such a good-looking man. I want to be like Hex when I grow up.
Yeah, one day.
One day. So, yeah, this team clearly fan favorites. They have a lot of pressure, though, because they haven't won really in 2013. They've come close. You know, the last time they won was a Black Ops 2 event in the end of December. So they know that there's a lot of pressure, and they often will speak about they need and the desire to want to win. So, again, all eyes on Optic Gaming, and I'm really, really looking forward to see what they can do in Ghosts.
Well, we all watched them grind on MLG.TV when the game first came out. These guys are ready to go. They've put in the time. Now they're looking for a new crown. And we got to talk a little bit about Big Timer real quick. He's a legend in the Call of Duty scene.
13 championships. He's a beast.
13, looking for number 14. And when a new game comes out, especially a new Infinity Ward game comes out, that's when Big T shines the brightest. So keep an eye on him later. He'll be in our All-Star game at 5:30.
I think Scumpy just destroys everything, too, so always fun to watch him, too.
Oh, always. Yeah. And Fwiz, we should keep the show moving on.
Let's
go to the bottom bracket now, as we're going to take a look at our other 8 teams in the starting winners bracket round 1. So Complexity, Optic, Envy in the top. In the bottom, though, you'll see this big name, Curse Las Vegas.
That other team side is fire, man. That team, the Curse Las Vegas team, is just amazing. Like, they're hyped up. Nameless is really good at this game. You've got Parasite, Miracles. Like, that squad looks really good. Stainville being on that. So I love it. And you've got Gandhi coaching them. So some more Halo love coming into the Call of Duty scene. So I like that.
Former caster, former pro player. Now he's coaching. Gotta love it. And then you got the UK battle going up against the boys from TK. Epsilon has come over. King Jerd looking to take home a crown. And then you got TK, who they didn't really get voted into the All-Star game. Only Sharp from that squad got voted in. Some of the most underrated players in our top 5.
Yeah, again, you know, the All-Star, it's fan favorite kind of thing. So they got the short end of the stick there, but that team is very, very talented. So everyone's going to have to keep an eye on Caliber, no doubt about it. Of course, Epsilon, seeing 2 European teams over here in TCM and Epsilon, I'm cheering for them to see how they can do over on the North American soil.
Absolutely, and then you're going to see Fuse match up against Soar in round 1. Now, something interesting here. Fuse actually qualified with Black Ops Pro points. They dominate online, but they haven't proven themselves on land. This is going to be their first major test against Soar. Everyone's going to have eyes on them tonight. And then, of course, at the very bottom, we saw Unite Gaming. They're coming in at the number 2 seed. Killa, Ricky, Mbos, and the boys are going to be looking to do some damage.
No, that team's great. And Killa's like one of my favorite Call of Duty players to watch. Like, he gets so hyped. He's an incredibly intelligent Call of Duty player. And I always enjoy watching Unite play.
And, of course, they picked up Saints. There you see him on your screen. Saints is a real beast, and when it comes to slaying, he is going to be running and gunning, having a lot of early success in this new title. And Ricky, of course, he is just such a staple when it comes to search and destroy with Mbos.
Yep, absolutely. That squad, man, scary. They can, at any time, they can go off, like, got to keep your eyes out on those cats, for sure.
We want to know your predictions. Tweet me. I'm at MLG Puckett, and hit up Fwiz at FWIZ.
That's it.
Who do you think is going to win each of the brackets? Fwiz, I got to get your prediction first. Who do you got taking the top half?
So
who matches up in the winter final?
I have Complexity and Curse.
Complexity?
Yeah, Vegas.
In the grand final?
Yeah, grand finals,
But who matches up with Complexity in that top?
Ooh, I don't know, man. Maybe Envious. Like, again, that Optic, I don't know. That's tough. It's really hard to make a prediction there. I think it's safe to say, and jumping on the Complexity train is always kind of like a safe bet.
Yep.
So I'm there. A lot. I really think there's going to be that Envy Optic game, and that's it, right? That's going to be the match, I think, that really sets it up. So we'll see how those 2 teams stack up. Plus, there's so much drama between JCap and Merc there, and that team's changes and all that. So. Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't have the answers.
It's going to be good. Well, he called Curse Las Vegas to go to the finals, and who does Curse meet up with in their winners final?
I'd like to see him play Unite. That'd be a really cool matchup between those 2
Parasite
squads.
versus Killa, Miracles?
Yeah, exactly. More because that Impact team, going against one another would be really exciting to watch.
Well, I hope we see it a little bit later this weekend. But tonight, it's all about winners bracket round 1, and I've thrown in some fun stuff. Tonight, we open up with the first ever Call of Duty All-Star match playing Call of Duty Ghosts.
I love this. I'm so pumped. Yeah, an all-star match is going to be, I mean, we've got obviously the top talent in Call of Duty just competing in this, and the all-star match is going to be super fun. And it's great. That's the first thing we're kicking off with after the Dr. Pepper pregame show. So I'm pumped for that.
That's right. And immediately following our hour-long all-star match, we are going to see Caliber take on the UK's finest in Epsilon, and then for all of our friends in Europe, we scheduled the other UK team.
Yeah.
TCM will be playing against FaZe after that matchup. Our third match of the night, it's going to be Culebra Fuse going up against Soar, and we saved the biggest match of the evening for the final. We have Envy going up against Cursed New York, and this Cursed New York lineup is not a team to sleep on. They picked up John. They've got Assassin on the lineup.
Yeah.
And these guys are really bringing some new firepower. And Twiz, talking to him earlier today, he was all smiles, man.
Yeah.
They're gunning for Envy.
I'm sure. And, Assassin's been around forever in the Call of Duty space. And as he used to play on Fear, the Envy was a rivalry there. That was a big old-time Call of Duty rivalry in Fear and Envy. So I know, those guys are probably pretty jazzed up for that match.
It's going to be pretty huge.
It's sweet.
Well, guys, that's about going to wrap it up for our Dr. Pepper pregame show. Remember, this is just Friday, day one of our 3-day MLG championships, and we are kicking it off with an extremely exciting all-star match.
This.
You guys voted them in. We got all of Optic, all of Envy, all of Complexity, and their Sharp is representing TK and more coming up on your main stage after this commercial break.